Welcome to the BFF Report. I'm your host, Mike B, aka Phony, and today we're going to be focusing on leveling in Cataclysm. Levels 80 to 82-ish. We're going to be focusing on the completely submerged zone of vashj'ir. Let's take a look. Welcome to Cataclysm as a level 80 Goblin Rogue with mediocre gear. We're going to take what is probably going to be the least traveled route in the expansion, and you'll see why soon enough. Things get off to an exciting start as you board a mercenary warship and head out to sea to claim the newly risen landmass in the name of the whatever faction you're playing. Success here will leave whatever opposing faction is opposite of yours completely defenseless and will secure whatever faction you are's victory. And I forgot to buy all my skills. As you make your way through the unforgiving seas, you arrive at the appropriately named Seafarer's Tomb. Let's go ahead and see what shocker this cove has to present us. You get knocked the f*** out and are slowly losing air as the quest text congratulates you for successfully arriving in vashj'ir. Thankfully, Aronnax Stonespeaker is here to shuttle you to the nearest safe zone, which in this case is the now capsized, fully submerged gunship that you rode in on. Now that you're here 20,000 leagues under the sea, your new friend asks that you acquire some special starfish so that he can conjure up something to make your stay here a bit more acceptable. What could that possibly be, you might ask? Well, it's not a comfy trip to the mainland. It's even better, the ability to move faster than you can above ground, but with the added bonus of getting to move on all axes. After you help save the other survivors, you are sent out to salvage whatever gear survived the attack. And a pro tip for you rogues, be sure to stop and actually kill a few mobs from time to time, so you don't, inadvertently fall behind the leveling curve. We all know how awesome you are at these gathering quests. Thanks to you, the safe house is under siege by the Naga. You and the boys here jump ship and proceed to handing out a few ass-beating IOUs because no matter what you do, you're going to lose this fight. Thankfully, your shaman buddy is there to save your ass again. By this time, you're probably pretty sick of swimming around without a mount. Moana Stormhoof sees this and has a plan to get you a bit more mobile. It's not a very good plan. Yeah. As if it was pre-scripted, this genius has a backup plan to hook you up with something a bit more agile. A seahorse. The act of taming a wild seahorse is not for the weak. They are nature's answer to the feminist movement by requiring that their males care for the young during the gestation period. But once those kids are old enough to move out, the parents promptly cut off all support. Oh, look at that. You guys may have learned something on the BFF Report. I'll be damned. And this thing is way better than that sea turtle business, and obviously way better than swimming around. I mean, every time I'm on this thing, I'm like... You eventually find yourself on the trail of some scheming Naga, and to make your investigations easier, you gotta clear up some of the excess with this awesome shark, then find the head Naga in charge of the captors that clues you into more shenanigans going on the other side of the seabed. But before we leave, we have to finish things up here with Mr. Bud. He needs your help to take down Nas, the biggest, baddest shark around. First attempt is by stuffing explosives into his mouth. And when that fails, Bud's next plan gets a bit weird. Tie me up with rope, stuff me in the mouth, and make me tug on the biggest harpoon you've ever seen. I don't even get a safe word or anything. Now we can make that trip. After being thoroughly violated, one of the Earthen Ring shamans hooks it up with some hallucinogens. They don't actually say that, but letting yourself get lost in the flames and having a vision isn't the best cover-up. When you finally get back from Pepperland, you are smack dab in the middle of a Naga attack. Thankfully, you and the boys here can hold your own. You actually send these guys running, and you have to go after them. And this is where it gets tough. Woo! Alright, now we gotta turn this quest in. Alright, what's up? What the? Really ugly Torn guy? Oh my... Is that even a Torn? What the heck is wrong with your face? What is that? Anyways, yeah, I'll take my quest, thank you. Things are getting pretty crazy around here. We need to stop the Naga at all costs, starting with putting these motherfucking snakes in motherfucking tornadoes. I'm not sure how all this ties together, but I did happen to come across this guy, just chilling, half-dead elite mob. I stole him, of course, right? He drops an item that starts a quest that tells me to go back to the ugly Torn guy. The ugly Torn guy takes the item, then he gives me a quest to go kill that same half-dead elite? Really? Like, I can't just tell you that I... Alright, man. Ugly. Here we are, guys. This is it. The Idricast Naga are doing some bad stuff inside of Nespira's head. This is Nespira. I'm guessing that that is her head, and I need to get in there somehow.
How do I get in? Hey, I'm here. I've got a quest. I've got this quest. I'm supposed to come here. It's supposed to be a hole. I don't know how do I get in? Where's the, hello, hey guys, hey.
How about I just show you? And there you go. Now that we're in, we get to talk to her, because talking to her face obviously doesn't do anything, so let's talk to her brain, right? I mean, you know, I had some ideas, but homeboy wasn't feeling that. So here's my task. Free the orc slave miners from the Naga, even if they do come up as human for some reason, and find a crab. Now I was kind of confused too, right? It's like free the slaves and then bring me some seafood, but then once he got started, I was like, oh, right. It was like in that movie with the alien and the dude, and he's all like, Follows is a series of quests revolving around pimples, pole arms, and pearls. And really chatty Naga. But once all that's done, you finally get your FaceTime with the Overseer himself. And when you finish him off, Nespira is free from the Naga's control and is able to defend itself against them. She thanks you and tells you to GTFO before you become collateral damage. And that, folks, is pretty much like a third of what there is to experience in vashj'ir. And I didn't just leave out like boring stuff. There's like the Little Mermaid bombing run, the hot Naga on Naga action, the Quantum Leap style missions where you take on the role of one of the kingdom's original battle maidens. I really wanted to show you that one, but it just wasn't the same. And finally, the epic ending battle that earns you your 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea achievement. But I can't sit here and show you everything. You gotta play the game. Stop being lazy. Alright guys, so that wraps it up. Next week, we're gonna be focusing on basically from vashj'ir on. We're not gonna start with vashj'ir. I know you guys are tired of the water and all that stuff. We're gonna move on from this, and we're gonna see what happens after that. So tune in, hit me up at aka Mike B. Also, GameBreaker.tv, me, Lore, the very sexy man with the fro. You guys know him. We're gonna be doing a Cataclysm release party on December 6th. I'll probably mention this next week since I'm gonna record it here in just a minute. Movie magic. And we're gonna be doing kind of a release party thing where I'm gonna be on the ground with Kenzor. We're gonna be interviewing people standing in line at GameStop San Francisco. Lore is gonna be in Grand Rapids, Michigan, actually inside of the Best Buy. Apparently out there it says, okay, it's like, oh yeah, hey, what's up, dude from the internet that's super popular? Why don't you go and come inside? We'll give you a booth inside of our store. How awesome is that? I call these guys out here and they're like, no. Awesome. So, I'll see you guys next week.